Okay. Hopefully this is loud enough and that you guys can hear me right now. But sorry, I'm just like all over the place right now. Especially since like everything's different with my room. So just give me 1 second as I'm like semi sorting up. Semi setting up right now. 1 second. Okay. Hi guys. So this is something that I've kind of missed because I didn't get to do it last week. Let me get set up on Periscope and we're gonna get this started. No, it's not a new mic. This is the same mic, but you guys didn't get to see my sticker. Ha ha ha. You guys didn't get to see my sticker. I'm gonna turn the gain up. Tell me if that sounds better. Tell me if that sounds better, if you think the gain sounds good right now. I want your feedback, obviously. Gotta tighten this. Okay, great. Whew. I am a mess right now. But I'm excited to talk hockey with you guys because we have a lot to talk about. And I'm super excited. And I love you guys. All right, so we're gonna get that set up here. All right, guys, we're in Giving the Crease Hockey Podcast number 9. I know I took off last week. For those of you who don't know why there was no podcast last week, I don't see it's in front of my face. I don't like that. The reason I did not do this last week is basically because I had my birthday. So I had my birthday last week, and so I didn't want to. Light sucks. This is a college student trying to make ends meet right now. I'm having a blast, guys. I don't know about you. But yeah, so alright, we're all set. What the heck? Yeah, sorry about that. Going back into it. So yeah, I took off last Battle of the Light Part 2. It was my birthday last week. Thank you for everyone for all the birthday wishes last week. It meant so much to me. You seriously have no idea. For fuck's sake. You know what? Screw the light. We're done with the light. I'm not futzing with it anymore. Again, thank you guys so much for reaching out to me, and I really appreciate every single birthday wish. I tried to reply to everyone I could the day of my birthday, and I really appreciate it. So as I start off with every podcast, for those of you who are on Periscope, go and find me on YouTube Live right now under Isles Girl 3. I'm doing this live through YouTube, so please come over because it's better sound quality, and we all love better sound quality, don't we? Even my mic screwed up. I just realized my mic is screwed up. My parents, they screwed up my mic. Everything has been crazy. Everything has been crazy with everything going on, of redoing my room, of just being in college. Like, I'm back in college. I'm back to school right now. I've been redoing this entire room. Like I said from the first podcast that this was going to change. And I've been working on it piece by piece this summer, and I finally have got it done. And I've made big strides in the room to make it a hockey room. I mean, it's not done at all, not even close. But I'm just gonna mute the mic for a bit so I can hopefully fix this. Alright, mic is fixed. Hopefully I didn't ruin anyone's ears just now. Okay, mic is fixed. I don't know why that was like that. That made me crazy. For those of you on Periscope, hop over to YouTube Live. Meet me here. But yeah, so what is this about? We're talking hockey. This is what we need. If you want, I'll do a room tour right now. Like, if you can see behind me my beautiful bed that I have set up right now. I have my lampshade. As you can see, my walls are completely different right now. If you can, I can like turn the camera. You can see we did the blue wall, and then we have the orange stripe with a white banister. So we have that blue, orange, white vibe going on right now, which I'm really happy about. I think it looks badass. We didn't paint the wood paneling because we figured it wouldn't look good. We figured just leave it be, but that's basically the update right now. You can even see in like the reflection with my mirror. Obviously, not even close to done. Not even close to done with the room. And then I have this bad boy right here. I don't know if y'all can see. It's fatheads.com. This is the 6-foot Matt Barzell sticker that I have yet to put up because of how busy I've been. But this is the Matt Barzell sticker. Look at how big this is. Like, I'm gonna stand up right now. Look at, this is up to my dang shoulder. Like, this is me. This is my height. This thing. It's gonna be amazing though when I put it up. I cannot wait to put up this Matt Barzell. And I know exactly where I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it over, or on this wall over here. I'm hoping to maybe turn this around, make it the podcast maybe go that way towards the Matt Barzell. I don't know. Everything's still in like the planning phases right now with the, I guess you could say this is my set. But yeah, so that's basically the update. It's just been crazy how much we've gotten through in this room and how long, you guys know how long I've been wanting to change this room. So thank you for sticking with me. But yeah, Thomas Boyle took it from me. 26 days. 26 days until we can say hockey is back. Like October 4th can't come soon enough. I can't wait to tailgate with you guys. I can't wait for Nassau Coliseum. I just can't wait for hockey. I've missed it so much. And everyone today is like, oh, let's go football. And I'm over here like, when's hockey? Like, yay, football. When does hockey season start? I'm that person who's like, during football season, like, when's the game? I'm still waiting. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, football. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for that opportunity to come swing by. Thank you very much. But appreciate everything that you guys have been with waiting for me, and I'm excited to keep continuing doing these podcasts for you. Now let's talk into some hockey news. I mean, what is there really to talk of as of late? In Islanders country, I guess the biggest news is the Floral Park residents are going to try to fight Belmont Park. Why won't they give up? Like, here's the problem. Here really is the problem. I know a lot of them were angry because of the infrastructure problems within Floral Park. They were upset about one-lane roads, traffic congestion, things like that. I understand that. You know, traffic can suck on Long Island. Robin Leonard said it, which I will get to in a second about Robin Leonard. But they need infrastructure. Floral Park needs infrastructure, guys. And what's going to give Floral Park infrastructure? Money. Because you need to put money in to the town to be able to build the infrastructure you need, like bigger roads. Well, where are they going to get that money from? They can get part of that money from the taxes they get from Belmont Park. Like, it's crazy, like, to think that money, that cash flow, won't recede into other, surrounding towns and things like that. Like, more people are going to benefit from this. I don't see why they're so against this. Well, they did, call us transients. Yeah. They did call us transients. But yeah, going on with that, I saw it in the news that they were sitting down with Governor Cuomo before they do lawsuit action against us. And I'm like, are you serious? They're seriously still going for this. They're seriously still trying. The answer is yes. They are still trying to take this arena away from us, guys. And I know a lot of them were saying, I'm not anti-Islanders and stuff like that. But like, I don't know if this is a little I don't know if it's a little like I'm trying to think of the word. Um, like like barbaric in a way, like it like closed-minded, but if you're not with us, you're against us kind of aspect. I don't know, like, I don't 100% totally believe in that statement, but it's kind of what it feels like. And we really, really need this stadium. And I really, really want to, see it come to fruition. But yeah, so that's what's been happening with Belmont Park. But if you have seen, the pictures have been updated. The bulldozers are going through it. Like, these pictures are legit. It's starting to, the ground is broken. It looks like a sandlot now, and that's exactly what we want, because we want to know that this plan is going into action, and it 100% is. And I'm super, super, super duper excited for what's going on with this team. Now the Islanders did they had their rookie camp that's going on right now, and also they had their like first like team practice, I guess, like like an escape. Okay, I was wondering what was making that shadow. It's my mic. Everyone hear me clearly? Just give me a thumbs up that you like. I don't know, or just like tell me in the comments that you can hear me clearly. Because I want to make sure that all is good with sound. Awesome. Okay, good. Glad to hear that. But going on with the skate, we saw Matthew Barzal was on the ice. That was great to see him go forward. Paul, can you stop beating me to the punch, please? I would appreciate it. But Matthew Barzal was first on the ice. Good to see the guys practicing again via the Islanders' Instagram. It definitely gets you excited for the season. Just seeing the guys back in the ice, back into the groove of things. That we're getting to that point where preseason is almost at our heels, and I can't wait to see what these guys can do coming up into the season. Now, as Paul said in the comments, as I was getting to, with Matthew Barzal going first in the ice, well, let's turn to his best friend, Anthony Beauvillier, which we finally, in my opinion, signed to the Islanders. And I'm super excited about that deal. I forget the logistics of it. I usually have a good memory about remembering the logistics. I just haven't had time to look it up to remind myself how much he signed for. I can look it up right now if you're interested, or someone could help me out, which is why I love doing these live streams, because you guys are awesome. I think it was 2 years too. I just don't want to spread false information. But Anthony Beauvillier coming back to this team is good for multiple reasons. I feel like Anthony Beauvillier really has more to prove and show on this team. He's a great reason for Matthew Barzal to stay with the Islanders next year when his contract expires, and it's going to be that we need to get, Barzal signed again with the Islanders. We can't let him slip through our fingers. So he's a great, bargaining chip. Basically, like, here's your best friend. He's still in the Islanders. Sign with us. So I think that's fantastic. I really think Bo has a lot more to give. 2 years, 2.1 mil. Yes, thank you. I knew it was something in the twos. I just don't want to give, again, false information. So 2 years, 2.1 million, which for him, I think it's pretty fair. I don't think that was anything, super bad or super good. But for Beauvillier, this is really going to be the year to prove himself and really start to kick ass out there. I really want to see him grow as a player. He's going to be one of the players I think I'm going to put my stamp up watch Anthony Beauvillier. I'm going to put like Anthony Beauvillier watch, because I really think he's a player that you really want to keep your eyes on this season to see if he improves and how far he can, his worth ethic can be to be a player of better magnitude and also of point production. I really think he can do it. I think he has the potential to do it. It's just I feel like he needs more confidence on the ice. And I feel like he also needs more chemistry on his line. I feel like maybe he could, gel better with the line that he's with. I think, he being bumped, line to line and having players, kind of switched around with him, it's kind of been hard. But I feel like once he, can stick in a line, get his groove, he can really start being a nice point producer for the Islanders. And it's fun to watch him score. Absolutely fun to watch him score. But yeah, going on from that, we're going on to more Islanders news. It's like semi-Islanders news now, which kind of hurts for me to say. But we're gonna go into this. Robin Leonard came into New York City to do a mental health seminar. It was awesome. It was for charity. Um, and I know some people got to go, and oh, I miss him. He grew out a beard. He's away from Lou. He's allowed to grow out the scruff, so he's back in the scruffy vibe. But it was great to see Robin Leonard back in New York. It's great to see him say how much he loves his team. Make it funny how to see make fun of Long Island traffic, but most of all, his mental health advocacy here in New York, and just helping others and himself in a way of how he got through. I saw some small clips made by some people of him speaking at the meeting, and about how he got through and how he's been staying strong. So it's very exciting. Blackhawks, I still hate you for having him. But yeah, that made me very, very happy, and I was really happy to see just Leonard coming out and being so open about everything with his mental health struggles. So that was nice to see Robin Leonard back in New York. For everyone who got to go, I'm super jealous of you. But yeah, so that's basically that. With Islanders games this season, I want to talk to you guys about, because I'm nervous that I'm not going to be. Well, I'm not nervous. I'm pretty dang sure I'm not going to be at half as many games as I think I can this season, and it's killing me inside. School's getting more serious, and I really, education comes first. It's really going to be a place where I can only go on like 3 to 4, not even like days a week, and it's hopefully that they're on those days, and that I can go, and that I don't have any prior commitments or work or things to that effect, because hockey's my life, and if I can go to a game, that's where I'm going to be. And so I'm really nervous that I'm not going to be able to see you guys and be at as many games as I'd like to be. And it's really tough, because like Monday through Friday, it's basically I'm like, I got school. But Mondays at night, I can definitely go. Tuesdays, I could be late to games. I can come late to games. I don't know how late would take me, but I could probably do Tuesdays. But Wednesday through Fridays, sometimes Fridays maybe. But I am closer to Nassau. I am definitely 100% closer to Nassau than I am Barclays. Barclays is going to a hell of a trip. But hopefully I can try and attend. I'm going to try to attend as many games as physically possible, because that's where I want to be. That's where my home is. So I'm going to try everything in my power to be at these games. Fun fact, I got my lipsticks back. I got my blue lipstick back, and I got my orange lipstick back. Why did I not do it tonight? Because I just got home. Like, I'm not joking. At 10 o'clock, I got home like 40 minutes prior. So when I came home, it was right to getting in here to just getting stuff done and setting up, and I still have work to do. And so that's why I'm like all over the place tonight, guys. I'm sorry about that. But I'm excited, because it's about, just everything in my life getting into here. Preseason predictions. I'm going to start doing preseason predictions when I see a little bit of preseason play. When I start seeing a little bit of preseason games, I'm going to make my roster of my predictions for the Metropolitan, Atlantic, Central, and Pacific divisions. That's where I'm really going to get into all my divisions and where I think everyone will rank up. I'd like to just see a little bit of play before I really want to, put my final stamp of approval on where I think everyone will go in the standings. Will I pick division winners? Well, yes, I have to put first place if I'm going to rank divisions. So yes, you will see me put division winners on these rankings. Where is the Snapple? That is a good question, Paul. It's upstairs. Shit. You know what? I have a freaking awesome idea, though. But going on from that, we're going to go into a little bit of some other news going on around the NHL, since basically I did not fully cover the Islanders. I have one more thing to talk about with Islanders fans. I don't know how many of you know this, But our 23rd draft pick in the first round, Simon Holstrom, is again hurt. Yeah, let that sink in. Simon Holstrom is again, he is right now with a lower body day to day. And not good look right now for our first round draft pick. Well, we all knew this going in when we drafted him that he had the history of health problems. He had the hip surgery before coming to the Islanders. That's why he has so little games. He had a concussion. He had a broken thumb. He just had the history of injury, and now that he's here, he now is day to day with a lower body injury. There's no specific details present, and so okay, I'm trying to type. This is bad. Okay, great. He blocked a shot, not a big deal. Still, it's just that, even from blocking a shot, you'd never want to hear a player's day to day. Especially, you start to worry since someone has a history of injury. That's always scary. So, I hope the best for Holstrom. I hope that he gets better and that he's going to be someone who can really add to this team. But for now, just to tell you guys, he is day to day. And just hopefully that doesn't last for long. As for our other injury scares, Cal Clutterbuck says he is feeling great, that he, since he's opened up about after the playoffs about the problems with his spine, that he's back, he's ready to go, and that he's feeling 100% better. If he's feeling 100%, maybe not. I think he may be kind of expanding the truth at that point. But I am excited to see what he can bring to this team again. I'm excited to bring back equals MC squared line. That first starting line is always so exciting to me. What's not to love about the equals MC squared line? And so I'm so excited. Going on from that, Andrew Ladd also said he is feeling good and that he's prepared for this season as well. Now, everyone has got mixed feelings about that. But personally, I feel like Andrew Ladd, still has a little bit to give. Yeah, exactly, Andrew Ladd Lowell. How do you think Derek Brassard will do with the Islanders? He absolutely sucked in Pittsburgh. Yeah, I've been hearing that a lot. You know what? So did, a lot of players who came into the Islanders, didn't have that great of record coming in. Look at Valtteri Filppula. When he came into the Islanders, he didn't have that great of a season with the Flyers. He wasn't that big of a star on the team, but I feel like when he came to the Islanders, he had so much to add and give to a line where we needed help, and he was the prime man. He stepped up, and I feel like he did major point production in the seat that he was in. I feel like he added a lot to this team. Filppula, it was sad to see him go, and I feel like it was a great pickup for the Red Wings to pick him up. So I feel like Brassard can go into that same slot. That Brassard can come in, that with that third line center position, and he says he wants to pick up his game. He has a lot to give. He's excited for the coaching staff that is around him, and that's all you basically want to hear from a player. He's very well spoken. In my regard, I feel like every interview with Brassard makes me excited as a fan that he knows how to play that game, but let's just hope that he's true to his word and that he sticks up to playing a really decent and great game with the Islanders. And I think that's possible when you have a coach like Barry Trotz on the bench in front of you, and he may not have the best line mates, when you're out there with freaking Komarov, but I feel like he can bring a lot to this team and help pick up point production. I have a lot of faith in Brassard, I can say. Who knows? Maybe that will change. Maybe I'll hate him. But right now, I really do have a lot of faith in Brassard. I feel like he can add a lot to this team. I feel like he was a good player on the Rangers as well. He wasn't the star, but I feel like he added a lot to that team as well. And so I really feel I have a lot of faith in him. I do. I have a lot of faith in him. Yeah, if he didn't work in Pittsburgh, he's going to suck wherever he goes. Not true. It just depends on the chemistry with the team. It depends on who he was with. It all depends. Like, Robin Leonard. And the Sabres did not have a good year. Absolutely did not. Comes the Islanders, is a Vezina Trophy finalist. You can't judge a player just by his old team and plus minus stats. I hate plus minus stats. I think y'all know I hate plus minus stats. I'm trying to fix this lamp. All right, we're gonna leave it like that because I hate the shadow on my face. It was really pissing me off. He also has a ton of players. Yes, he does. It seems like the players that are traded or let go by Pittsburgh Penguins, the New York Islanders get. It seems like the Islanders are trying to emulate. You mean like imitate? I'm gonna. I don't know. I think he meant imitate, but it's just about trying to pick up every little piece we can. And if anything, I'm glad that we have Brassard for that third line center. If we're trying to imitate, I don't really think we are. I agree, Mike. I 100% agree with you. But I really don't think we're trying to imitate the Pittsburgh Penguins at all. It's so misleading. Yeah, it is. I really and do have a lot of faith for Brassard. What's really, really, really scaring me is just the competition. The competition for the Metropolitan Division is insane. The Devils and the Rangers and the Carolina Hurricanes all seem like really viable teams this upcoming season, and that they're going to be an opponent to beat. Yes, I left out the Pittsburgh Penguins there because I really think, out of all the teams, I really think the Islanders are better than the Pittsburgh Penguins. I think we proved that in the first round of the playoffs. And then, going on from here, it's just, Carolina whooped our butts. Rangers, picked up Panarin. Carolina just signed Gardner, and they were a strong team to, just begin with. So it's just going to be a lot of just looking out. The Devils, got PK Subban. They've been having a really great offseason. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of challenge. It's going to be a fight every single game to keep on top of the scoreboard, of the divisions. It's gonna, it sucks because I feel we are in the hardest division. I'm going to say it out loud. I really think the Islanders are in the hardest division at the moment. At this present time, I really think we are. It's just not one or two teams that are, looking great like you see in the, the Central Division. The Metro is going to be a bloodbath. It really is. That is the best way to put it. I really hate that Gardner is going to wear that Canes jersey on the road. Yeah, I really hate. You guys know how I feel about the Carolina Hurricanes away jerseys, the Candy Canes. That's literally what I'm going to call them, is the Candy Canes. I have nothing against the Carolina Hurricanes, but I hate those jerseys. God, do I hate those jerseys. Poor Columbus is going to suck this year. Yeah, well, we've all been through it. Now they pay their dues. They went big or go home. Well, they went home, and then now they're definitely paying for it. I'm concerned with Flyers, Devils, and Rangers are lottery teams. Lottery. Blah, I can't even speak right now. It's all going to be in the hands of fate. Who's going to mesh well? Who's going to be the one that stands out? Capitals are still also in there, rough teams. It's, sucks because, Carolina, Pittsburgh, and Washington Capitals, are still there. They're not weak teams, in my opinion. They're still viable, strong teams. And that's what's also scary too, is that, don't count them out either. Because, the Pittsburgh Penguins, as you guys know, are one of those teams at the end of the season who can just rise to the top. Like how the Blues came from last place and won the cup. I feel like the Penguins are a team that it very well can surprise people very fast. It's going to be the Metro is just going to be absolutely insane this year. It's like other divisions move aside because I don't know. I just feel like we are just stacked over here in the East, and it's scary. It really, 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 really is scary as a fan because it's going to be every single point. It's just going to be so precious, even more than last season, even more than the years before that, and it's going to be something. Florida will steal a wild card. Sorry, it's late at night. Definitely with Bobrovsky in that. Florida, again, every team that made a big acquisition this offseason is going to be a team to watch. Like Arizona, like freaking Minnesota, like Florida. like the Devils, like the Rangers, like these are the teams. The teams that got the biggest acquisitions are going to be the ones that fans are going to be most excited to watch because everyone wants to see what impact they will have on this team coming up. And they're going to start compare them to last season. And with the Islanders, we really haven't changed much except for Brassard. That's really all we changed, and we lost Robin Leonard. So this is it's just going to be like Paul said, a bloodbath, and it's really going to get scary. It's going to be a scary season for all metropolitan teams. It's going to be just a battle to the death in a sense. Florida, to me, I still don't think is good enough to make the playoffs. Don't hate me. I still feel Florida just ain't there. And of course, I still feel Tampa is just going to come out beeswax. I still think Tampa's going to come out guns a-blazing. Boston, Toronto, and Florida, the only teams from the Atlantic that make the playoffs. I still feel Boston and Toronto are definitely, of course, the front runners there. Boston really hasn't lost. It's fire, obviously, as you could see from this last season, this last run for them. Blues again are going to be a big team to watch because of their cup run. Everyone wants to know how the previous cup winners are going to do this season. I don't know. I feel like it's very exciting, but for the teams who really I feel like didn't do too much, which is kind of where the Islanders are sort of sitting, it's kind of scary because are we going to live up to the aptitude? But hey, if anything that the Islanders like to be, it's underdogs. Islanders love to be underdogs. We love the phrase, prove people wrong. And if anything, I feel like it's more of a driving force for us. And if anything, if people underestimate us, I say go right ahead because that will just make us work even harder to prove people wrong and get us on the right track. So if anything, I would be I'm when people say like, oh, I don't expect the Islanders to do that well, or like maybe get bottom wild card slot. I'm like, okay, fine, let's prove you wrong. I don't know, it gets you more pumped up to be an underdog, and I feel really excited about that. On Periscope, we have someone saying Islanders might end up last. Have you seen the Columbus Blue Jackets? We're fine. Have you seen the Ottawa Senators if you're talking about the entire league? We're fine. Oh man, I kid. I love every team and every fan from those teams. Like just joking with you guys. But yeah, I think the Islanders finally got a good coach, and they've had a history of terrible coaches. Yeah, we knew this from last year, John. We definitely knew this from last year that we were in a so much better position. So much better position. Islanders should be ahead of the Flyers, Columbus, Devils, and Rangers. Devils be interesting. Rangers definitely. I really want Wallstrom and Dobson to make the team. I'm seeing more Dobson. I've said it before in the previous years. I think Wallstrom still needs time to develop. He's still a young kid. The more time, the better. For him to develop. You don't want to throw him in there and let him get eaten by wolves. Dobson, to me, though, is at that aptitude and point where I feel like we can throw him in and he'll be able to take it. Just from what this is, again, my own personal opinion from what I've seen from the blue and orange scrimmage that I went to, blue and white scrimmage that I went to. I just really think Wallstrom just still has a little bit of fine tuning. His game is great. It's just that fine tuning, just more smarter decisions on the ice. And I feel like he can be great. As for Noah, I mean, he just came out guns a-blazing, and he really showed what he can do. In my turn of opinion, I feel like he really can make this team. It'd be really interesting to watch Dobson. For me personally, I feel like Dobson could be such a great asset and get us lots of points this upcoming season. I really, really, really want to see him do well. How are you? I am great. How are you? Devils need to figure out their goaltenders. Amen to that. Poor Schneider. It would also be great if the Devils could stop scoring on their own netminders. That'd be good too. I can see the Isles third in the conference behind Tampa and Boston. That would be interesting. I don't have that much confidence in the team, but yeah. Don't forget Wallstrom. I said he needs more time to develop. Definitely needs more time to develop. I don't know. I feel like if we push him in too fast, it's gonna be a Bailey situation, and we all know how much I love Bailey. So that's what's happening there. If you want to talk about stuff that's kind of happened around the league that I've noticed, if you guys want to fill me in, I'll do my take about how I feel about certain situations. I saw that the big Jumbo Joe has re-signed with the Sharks. I believe it's a 1-year deal, but I saw a lot of big happy Sharks fans this last week. It was great to see them so happy and getting so antsy about him coming back. It's happy to see. It's nice to see a player who's very loyal and committed to the team and coming back. Just any new rules this year? Not that I know of. No. How do you think Varlamov will do with the Islanders? Oof. Oof. Varlamov. Varlamov. I'm gonna say what I said last season. I said this in an interview. It's kind of like a coin flip at this point. I really don't know how he will do. It's really up to him. But I feel like with Pierre, Mitch Korn and Pierre. Why am I saying Pierre? I'm gonna talk about Pierre in a minute. That's why he's on my mind. When he's with Mitch Korn and oh my God, I can't think names right now, guys. It was right in my mind. But when you're with hockey, guru gods like Mitch Korn and Pierre Greco. Okay, thank you. I did have it right. I just couldn't think of the last name. But yeah, new rules include challenging goals after it hits netting, and if they are wrong, it's a delay of game. Okay, thank you. He was good, but he needs to stay healthy. Absolutely. I was going to get to that. But it's really going to be a coin flip when you have, he has the tools to be able to get better as a goaltender. I mean, he's not, superb, but hopefully he's, younger Varlamov. He can channel his inner younger self because when he was younger, obviously he was a much better netminder than he is now. Again, he was on a team like the Colorado Avalanche where I feel like their defense wasn't their strongest suit. Obviously, with the Colorado Avalanche, it was definitely their offense. That was their prime, point of the team. Nothing beats that McKinnon line. So, him coming here, being in a whole different situation when we have such strong defense, I feel like he can be look even like a much better goaltender. But right now, all the trust in Thomas Greiss, he should definitely start the season. I'm curious to see when they throw Varlamov in the regular season. It's going to be interesting to see when he starts. I'm guessing probably. I wouldn't be surprised to see him second game, kind of like how they did a flip-flop between Greiss and Robin Leonard. But right now it's gonna be again I feel bad for Greiss because again it's gonna be battling for the spot. It's gonna be battling for that first goalie spot. Going into because I think for everyone who's seen on NBC. NSNBC, Pierre Maguire was taken off the first media team. He's not going to be the person that you see talking in between the benches anymore. And I saw some mixed reviews. Some people defended him, but I guess some people in me were like, "Oh, thank God, he's no more kissing ass." But yeah, he is gone. Pierre Maguire, the bald-headed Mr. Clean. He is not there anymore. Pierre got screwed. This is what I'm talking about. Some people are like, yes, God, good, he's horrible. And then we have also Pierre got screwed. I've been seeing a lot of mixed feelings. For me, personally, I feel like he brought a little too much bias. He was entertaining, to say the least. He very much brought the entertainment factor. But how many things he did. But, he's annoying. I'm excited to see the new guy that comes in, see how he does. Let's see. Maybe we'll miss Pierre. But it's definitely, I feel like he had a little bit of bias with the team. You could definitely tell what team he liked or who wanted to win. But, and the thing that went on at the All-Star game with the female hockey player, that was a little awkward. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens next. Hopefully Mike Milbury is next. He does know hockey. I'm not taking anything away and saying he doesn't know hockey. I mean, that's why he had the job. He knows his hockey. I just feel as a reporter, he wasn't like top tier. I don't know. Like if I was a reporter, I would try to put as least bias as I could. And I feel like with him, I could always feel his bias, and I could always feel who and what he wanted from the team and things like that. And like 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 what John said, he kissed Crosby's ass so much. But I've been hearing a lot of back and forth. There was a lot of good things Pierre brought to the ice, but there was also there was the bad with it. To me, the bad outweighed the good, so I'm not too upset with the decision to take him off that front running media team. But who knows? Maybe he'll be back. Who I don't know. But we're gonna see how it all goes down. It's definitely interesting. Whew. I wish I had my Snapple. My God, my throat is like. I wish I had my Snapple. I wish I could bring you guys with me. Dang it. Well, now I know for the future. NBC should take Don Cherry. Oh my God. Watching Don Cherry on NBC. That would be something. That'd be something. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to see the next t-shirt he makes. That's gonna be so funny. First it's the bunch of jerks. I can't wait to see what's next. First we get the bunch of jerks, and let's see what's next. That's gonna be so much fun. Doc Emmerich is the second greatest hockey commentator ever. Doc is. I enjoy listening to Doc Emmerich's voice. I feel like he has a fantastic voice for hockey. I feel sometimes he gets a little off topic and wish he would broadcast the game more. I feel like sometimes he gets a little off topic from the game, and like the game is playing and he's still talking about the commercial that went on beforehand. And I'm like, can you commentate the game, please? But otherwise, Doc Emmerich is a legend. I love listening to his voice, and I feel like he's a very good hockey commentator when he's into the game. Pierre was a very good friend with Sidney Crosby. What do you expect from him? Yeah, I know. I definitely know. But yeah, so that's definitely interesting. I'm biased, but Rick, I'm definitely gonna pronounce this wrong. Jeneret. I'm so saying that wrong because I'm sorry. I'm not 100% of the name. Mike Bossy could be an NBC guest. Hell yeah, he could. Mike Bossy, any Islanders legend could be. I'd love to see them. Light 3, Kim 0. Well, we're back to this lighting. Jeneret. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. Rick Jeneret. I'm definitely going to look him up. Listen to, this is what I like too, is, you guys teach me more and more. Bossy commentates in games from Quebec. Yeah, it's definitely, fun to see that they're still in hockey. They're still doing their thing. Butchie's doing commentating for us, and he's an Islanders legend. Mike Lang is the greatest ever. Lol, by as much? Yes. It's one of the best commentators for me personally is definitely listening to Chris King. If there's a commentator I'd love to meet, that I haven't already because I met Brendan Burke and I've met Butch Goring, would definitely be Chris King for the Islanders. I love the way he calls plays, his passion. When I'm on the go and I'm listening to the Islanders radio, he is someone that I love listening to, like especially when you score a goal and you get and he scores. It's like I love his voice, his passion. Like he just brings it to every game, and it makes it so enjoyable to listen to because you feel like someone is just celebrating with you at that moment. He's definitely someone I look up to for speaking and for doing commentating. Met him, jealous. Not that jealous, but I'd love to. I mean, good for you. That's amazing. Everyone likes to hate Sidney Crosby because he is truly great, great, great hockey player. His skills are like no other. Sidney Crosby is a fantastic hockey player. He just needs to not be such a baby about some shit. But yeah, like I said, of my favorite commentating, definitely Chris King. Just love listening to him on the Isles Radio Network. So and of course, Gary Harding. I love his commentating and his shows. They're fantastic. Shout out to Gary Harding, who did a great job at the Hockey is Hockey event. I know I told you guys about it, but he really did a good job and wanted to do a big shout out to him. But yeah, going on from that, with hockey news, Sam Rosen is the best. Get out. Just get out. Ugh, gross. Matt Barzell went to the media day. I forget like the specific name, but it was a media day. He looked he looked great. I'm just gonna put it like that. I mean, the guy looked great. I love the things that they showed behind the scenes of how they were taping certain clips. I saw it with different players around the league. Like I saw it with Austin Matthews doing it and things like that. So it was definitely fun to see him do that. Also, Evander Kane from the Sharks, having a little fun doing a little lewd photo shoot. I know a lot of people, some women were not very happy with that, with his past allegations and things to that effect, which I can understand and admit. But you got to play with this. It seems like he had a lot of fun with that photo shoot. I'm not gonna lie, being a female hockey fan, it was kind of nice. But so I liked what the Sharks posted too about keeping their page PG, and then they went they just pointed at like Kane, like Burns, and they went like, "Not you." Crosby and Barzell are great together. It'd be nice. Oh, I would love to see Crosby and Barzell together. When they were playing together in the All-Star game, what a line. Even Barzell Crosby admitted it, that, playing with Barzell it made the game so much easier. It made it such an easy game. They just meshed so well. And especially, it's interesting to see because I thought Barzell wouldn't play as well. Especially the pressure you're playing with your idol, your legend, the person that made you who you are today, to be in the show. And definitely it was interesting. I feel like playing with someone who was so important to me would actually make me trip up because I'd be so nervous. But he just blossomed. He definitely blossomed. I would love to see a line of just Crosby, Barzell, and Malkin. That would be amazing. But on the Islanders, I mean, we have one of two, three. I mean, can we get the other two, please? I know it's never gonna happen, but hey. Trading rumor or something to that effect about Line. That, I mean, it's just a rumor. There's nothing that's concrete evidence about it, but they did say that Line was going to be was speaking with 3 Eastern Conference teams. Obviously, that could mean the Atlantic or it could mean the Metropolitan. So it's definitely interesting to see who he could possibly be talking with. Line again said if not, he would go to Finland to play hockey. But I really, really, if the Islanders, the fact that we haven't heard anything is better for a chance for the Islanders, since you know how Lou Lamoriello likes to keep things very quiet. He's not very open about dealings. So the fact that we haven't heard anything is better news for Islanders fans rather than bad. That we haven't heard anything too much about that. But again, it's a rumor. It could be totally false. And I could be telling you false information, which I don't want to do on this channel. But I found it interesting. Line to Devils for 3 picks and Severson. And that's also that was a big trade of the Devils again with was it the Devils? But I remember a big trade possibly with them. What did that say? Line will re-up with Winnipeg. No. I'm gonna tell you right now, no, he won't. Poor Line. Like, I feel bad for Line because I feel like he's like Antonio Brown. Like he wants to get out. He just wants to get out. But yeah, it's funny because the biggest things that were going on hockey Twitter weren't even about hockey this week. It was about Antonio Brown trying to get the hell out of the Oakland Raiders and go to the freaking Patriots. But that was very fun to watch this week. Would love to see the Bruins get him. Oof. I would love to have. Who wouldn't love to have Patrick Laine? It's just to me, it's curious about what would happen with cap situation. Who would we trade away? What would we do? Get rid of Ladd. Oh, excuse me. 17 only a thumbs up. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to thumbs up this video, but it would be appreciated if I got a nice thumbs up. Share it with your friends. Appreciate it. But yeah, it's no big. But Ladd is so good. Ha ha. That's the problem with teams these days. Some of these athletes want a lot of money. You think? I mean, look at Marner. Look at the Marner situation. The reason he is like waiting so long and playing chicken with the Leafs is because he wants the money. He wants more money. These players are asking for more and more each and every year, and top players are now asking for top dollar even more and more. Like like most expensive player, now is like is it Connor McDavid? Is he the most expensive player right now? He's getting paid like 12 million, I believe. I think is he the most Marner apparently wants 13 million. I know. I I just am saying like it's insane like how much these players are getting paid today, and that makes me nervous for the Barzell situation. Hopefully he doesn't hopefully he can agree to something reasonable, and not do a Marner right now because that Panarin might be okay. Do you think the Islanders will try to get Marner to play with Barzell? I feel like it's a if we could, we would situation, but as you know, we really could not afford Marner. It's not a possibility. No one can afford Marner. I mean, there's teams that may have the opportunity to, but it's like who really wants to get stuck with a contract and pay that kind of money to this young kid? I mean, yes, he has the points and he can show what he can do, but it's just such for a steep price. Such a steep price. Yeah, and it's like you said. Panarin is the second highest. First is McDavid. I was right. It is McDavid. Thank you very much. I knew McDavid. He's getting paid like 12 million, while Panarin's getting that 11.6. So definitely that's thoughts on Line. I don't know how much faith I can put into the rumor. I think he is wants to stay in the NHL. I don't think he wants to leave. He just wants to leave Winnipeg, and I kind of feel sad. I'd feel sad if I'm a Winnipeg fan, but hey, Winnipeg fans, Jets fans, at least you know he wants to leave and that he's being open and honest about his journey. Because I know what it's like to be blindsided. Oh, these are gonna come every week. There's just too many opportunities, guys. I can't pass them up. Oh man, Draisaitl would probably want a new deal soon. If he does, the Oilers might let him go. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting when Draisaitl comes up. But right now, it's just focusing lineup. But Draisaitl, I mean, that's basically the team going bye bye. Fourth is Erik Karlsson. Third is Austin Matthews. Thank you very much. You can get good stuff for Line A too. Line A could be worth a lot considering his goal scoring is insane, obviously, and he'd be a great asset. God, I'm sorry. I've been on like 3 hours of sleep, guys. I was got screwed by the Tavares no deal. Oh, tell me about it. I've been living that nightmare for the past year. Trust me, I know. But a trade for him will cost out. It will cost a lot both ways with Line A. Would I love to have him? Yes. For the price, probably not. I like the team as it is. I do have confidence in this team. Would it be nice to have a nice, better, decent goal scorer? Hell yes. I mean, how can you pass up such an opportunity? But for such that's where I put the phrase trust in Lou, because I know Lou knows how to make a contract and knows how to make a good deal. Those are definitely shown by what he's been able to do with so many contracts like Beauvillier, like Eberle. Even you could say with Lee as well. I feel like Lee was a very good deal as well. And I agree with you on, that Isles are going in the right direction on Periscope here. And I'm just so nervous for this season, guys. I really have never. I don't know why. I just am nervous because I just don't want to fall into that, spiral down again. I've had a taste of success and I want more. I definitely want more. I want more success for the Islanders. I've lived 19 years of living a hell of Islanders in last place or just barely making a wild card. I'm done with it. I want success. I want a taste of, more playoffs. This last year was one of my first experiences at playoff hockey in real life, and so it's just you want to get there. And if anything about the Islanders, I'm nervous about goaltending. I'm strong about defense, and I'm just a little bit scared about the goals situation. It's definitely, not going to be scary it's going to be scary because we do have that goal situation. But I feel like we can put our best foot forward. There were games we came back. Like I'm gonna put as an example the Winnipeg game where we were down like 3 goals and we came back and we won that freaking game. It's just I feel like we just have to have more confidence. I feel like our forwards and our lines have to have more confidence and a little bit more chemistry. Because when you have that, that line that you can just band together. I mean, look at Casey Cizikas. He scored the most goals in his whole career with like 20 or so more goals. you know that's what chemistry can do for a player. It just brings them up to their greatest aptitude, and I'm hoping to see that with like players like Anthony Beauvillier, Derek Brassard, Anders Lee, Matt Barzal. I want to see definitely more confidence from Matthew Barzal. I feel like if he adds more confidence to his game, his shot, he can do so much more. And it sucks because I feel like he was a little bit doing that at the end of the season, but he just wasn't seeing that much success. Definitely hope he works more on getting those pucks into the net and showing where he can do. Because when Barzal wants something and he can line up a slap shot, it's going right into the net. I definitely can agree. It's a great example would be in January during the Islanders Senators game where he just ripped 2 shots in the net. A great example. The first Toronto game where he just ripped that natural hat trick into that. When he wants something, he gets it, and he just needs to have that confidence. He needs to say to himself, I can score here. It doesn't always have to be that patience and pass. Which when it works, it's fantastic. I mean, look at what him and Eberle were able to do in the playoffs. But it's definitely going to be something exciting to see coming up. That I just hope that I just feel like the biggest obstacle with this team is confidence. Having that confidence, I feel like drive isn't a problem. I feel like it's just chemistry and confidence. Chemistry and confidence is definitely what the Islanders need right now, especially when you have just it's a lot of pressure, and I 100% feel that it's a lot of pressure for from the fans to do just as good this season. It's a lot of pressure, because they want to do well. It's just, and like you have the pressure from the other teams in the Metropolitan. It's always going to be that pressure of the standings. Where are you sitting in the standings? What needs to be done? What is the points? How is the rest of the league doing? It's a lot of pressure, and I just feel like we just need to have that confidence in ourselves and just prove people wrong once again this year, and then we'll be absolutely able to go forward with this team. It's just a matter of being able to say we can do this. And I feel like that's something the Blues had a lot this past season, is even in last place, we can do this. We have this opportunity in our hands. Let's grasp it. Let's have this confidence. We can go out there and we can win the shit. And guess what? They won. They definitely won. I feel like they really believed in it more than the Bruins by the way they played. And I feel like the Islanders can bring that as well. And you know what? If anything that the Blues showed me from last season is that never give up on your team. I mean, I never have given up on my team, ever. But it definitely, even in the worst times, never give up on your team. Because they came around and they won the frickin' Stanley Cup. So that definitely was nice. That definitely was a nice learning curve for me as a fan as well. And it really shows those true fans, who will stick by their team. And I'm definitely a fan of those true fans who will do anything for their team, and whether it be last place or whether it be first place, is a fan at heart. And that's what I really admire in a hockey fan, is just true commitment to your team no matter what place they're in. So I appreciate all you fans out there, which I know a lot of you watching are true fans for your teams. Just keep the faith. Ottawa Senators fans right now, those who come out and say they're an Ottawa Senators fan, God bless you, because I know you are a true fan, that you're still there with this team, and they're in a big pit right now. The Ottawa dumpster fire. Same thing with I feel like a little bit with Canucks fans, and I feel like a little bit Blue Jackets fans now, and things to that effect. I know you guys you see the true fans that are out. It's kind of interesting. I'm a St. Louis fan through and through. Love them no matter what. And that's what you want to hear. That's what I love to hear, Mike. That you're always going to be your Sabres fan. That's always going to be your team. That's what a true fan should be. 100%. That you stick with your team no matter what. And that's what, it just shows, it shows the characteristic of loyalty in a person. and that's a very wanted quality. I feel like everyone wants someone who's going to be loyal, and someone who's someone like that. You know, we laugh about on Twitter. Someone who's like in a Yankees hat and then switches to a Mets hat. Like exactly, no bandwagons. I've been a Kings fan since Gretzky. God bless, man. That's awesome. You know, it's just always just keep the love and faith in your team no matter what, even if it's looking like the worst times. And because Blues fans taught us this last year, like God bless Blues fans, they taught us this last year of being able to say came from last place to first place, and we're holding the Stanley Cup this summer for the first time in their franchise history. And if anything, to me, that is damn inspiring. But yeah, that's my hour, guys. I'm really, really happy you dropped in for this again, another podcast of Kim and the Crease podcast. I was really excited to talk with you guys again. Thank you so much for letting me off last week for my birthday. Again, thank you for all the birthday wishes. I'm glad to finally having the new background coming in for you guys. It's just about getting school done and little by little setting this up. I told you guys I would change this room. I would change the setup to be a hockey room, and it's finally coming into fruition. I'm really, really happy that you guys are with me. Thank you so much. Please, on YouTube, if you check this out on YouTube, like, share. I so appreciate everything you guys and everything you give me and all the wonderful friends and connections I've made through this hockey community. I really appreciate you all so, so much. I want to wish you all such a good night. I can't wait to see you guys next week and to talk some hockey. I have some ideas in my head for what I want to do for next podcast. And I really just want to thank you guys so much. You guys, the hockey community, like I say all the time, are my second family. And I don't know what I'd do without you guys. Seriously. I don't know. You guys really brighten my day. And this is something I really enjoy and love to do, that I get to talk to you guys live on here every single week. And that you care about what I have to say, as I said before. Hopefully I'll do the lipstick for next week. I promise. I'm sorry. I know I haven't done it in a long, long time, but I promise it will come back, and I will have Snapple. I will have lipstick, and we'll be back into this thing. And preseason hockey is going to start soon. I can't wait to start dissecting Islanders preseason hockey to talk with you guys. Maybe bring out the whiteboard again to do a little bit of talk about play. So get excited, guys. I'm so excited. 26 days till freaking New York Islanders hockey. I'm excited. Can't wait to see you guys. And hey, like I like to end all of my podcasts, I want to see you guys do it with me. And you know what? If you're not an Islanders fan, right, let's go whatever team that you love. Right, let's go Buffalo. Let's go Jersey. Let's go any team in the NHL. I'm going to do Let's Go Islanders because that's my team. But shout out your favorite team right now in the comments. And just show your love and appreciation for your team, because that's all that matters. I don't care what team it is. Let's go, whatever your team is, because show your love and appreciation for your hockey team, because that's what we fans do. We're connected through hockey, and we show it through love and support of our teams. So for me, I'm going to end the podcast as I always do. Let's go Islanders, baby. I'll see you guys next week, 10 p.m. Eastern. Love you guys. And one more time, because I love saying it. Let's go Islanders, baby. Good night, guys. Have a great night.